I could also have f of x, which is my quadratic, is greater than 0. Well, this really means 0 is less than f of x, which really means y is less than f of x, and I'm looking when y is equal to 0. So let's say in this case, my function looks something like this. Well, y is less than f of x should shade in everything that's below and use dashes for the function itself. So I'll go ahead and do that. I'm putting dashes in for the function itself and shade in everything that's below. Well, now I'm looking at the case where y is equal to 0. So I'm going to look at this line where y is equal to 0, and I'm going to say, well, when is that shaded in? Well, x could be less than some number, where this one refers to the point here, and x is greater than another number, where this one refers to the point here. Now keep in mind, you can find what these numbers are by just solving the quadratic. You could graph it on your calculator, or you could solve the quadratic. If I said my quadratic function was equal to 0, I could solve it to give me some x values. These x values then correspond to these ones. I also could have asked for the case where my function, instead of being greater than 0, was greater than, let's say, negative 5. Well, this means I have to draw the line down at negative 5. And in that case, it's almost trivial. The answer is just x could be all real numbers. There's also another special case. There's a special case where, let's say, I had my quadratic, which looked like this, and let's say I'm shading everything above it, and maybe dashed in the middle. This is a graph of y is greater than f of x. What if I asked when this is equal to 0? Well, if this is my number line at 0, it's not shaded in anywhere. So there is no solution. X has no solution. Sometimes this is written as an O with a line through it. Quadratic inequalities can also be solved algebraically without having to graph them at all. Let's say f of x has some relationship with the number 0. If you use the quadratic formula on this, if you said f of x equals 0 and you got some x values out, you could use them to help you get the solution. So let's say I can rewrite this now that I have these x values. This is really just saying x minus that x value and x minus that x value has some relationship with 0. Remember again, if the number wasn't 0, you could just move it into your quadratic. You could change what your c value is, and you could resolve that using the quadratic formula, and you get something different. It can always be written as f of x has some relationship with the number 0, and you should always try to get that relationship, because it'll make this part really convenient.